Garcia. Yes, sir.
Saturday night.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Trav, we recording?
You already know what we doing, man.
Listen,
Good.
as y'all can see, it's a full house like ABC Friday night. Shout out to my man Bob Saget. This is 94 Feet of Life, Tuesday Night Live with everybody.
Did Bob Saget die?
Yeah, Bob Saget. Rest in peace to
Rest in
him.
peace, Bob Saget.
About a year or so ago, I said rest in peace. Yeah.
Rest in peace to him.
America, this is you.
Trav is in the building. Coach MJ's here. Coach Les is here. Ham is in the building. And he's going to have to turn his camera on because this is a historic occasion. This is like Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, Undertaker at WrestleMania. You know, it only once, twice a year. It's our main man from views from the 22, but he's definitely a brother in 94 Feet of Life. This our man Germ is out here, man. Germ, we would be remiss if we didn't start with you. What's happening?
Man, life of a general manager is crazy. That's all I can tell y'all.
Tell you, they
I'm
say
down for this playoff basketball, man. We got some great series going on. This man, hey man, we here, man.
Jeremy, they said you the hardest working general manager since Masai Ujiri.
Hey,
they say you
I agree.
And the dude he traded for, Harrison Barnes, is balling.
Hey, you want to know something funny? This is what's really hilarious. I'm actually running 2 stores right now. My old one and a brand new one. So, you know.
Hey, and John, Harrison Barnes is actually playing against Wiggins.
Hey man, do you believe in a parallel universe?
I do.
Jerm, it's so funny MJ talk about that. And y'all know how we do this, man. We ain't got no script. We ain't got no questions. We just talking. It's so funny. When that matchup came out, I was like, damn, the Germ So True Derby is here. Then on the opposite side of the bracket, you know, I don't know what Coach Les has done to the basketball guys over the last 2 months. Because they just said, we're going to put all his favorites and enemies together in one series. Westbrook, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. We're just going to throw them all in. It started with the East region in the NCAA tournament. And they said, no, we had fun with that. We're just going to keep that going to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep that rolling.
They just made one big stew. See what I did there?
Bars.
I like that. I just don't think I'm current on my dues.
Yeah, you behind. You must be behind.
I'm trying.
You got the green. You got the green envelope. When you get the red one, that's when you worry. You got the green one right now. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to pay my dues, man.
Just don't get the pink or the red letter. That's what
I asked if I could get on the after March Madness when I seen the East region. I said I gotta get on the payment plan. They was like, nah, we need it all.
Boy wanted to pay his stuff in installments.
So let me start. So I want to start with that series actually because I put in the group 94 Feet of Life, the Facebook group. You should have joined it by now if you haven't. What you doing? That Clippers and Suns series really gives me them 2005, 2006 Suns, Spurs, Maverick vibes. Like those series, you put any 2 of those teams together, you gonna have a great series. And Ham, Trav, just kind of your opening thoughts. That was as fun a basketball game in a minute. I need 6 more of those.
That's one of those series I truly listen to West Coast music.
when I watched that joint. You know what I'm saying? That series is like it's produced by Daz Dillinger. It's produced by QB3. It's produced by, some of the great West Coast producers. Then you might get a good track here and there from Dre. But Dre is usually like reserved for like the Lakers series.
Like a nice
But
DJ Quick versus MC8.
DJ Quick gonna have about 3 or 4 tracks on the joint. He gonna rhyme on about 2 of them. But it's just like that whole mood though. It's the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? The sun don't go down about 9:30 this time of year. You know what I'm saying? It's just real player style. So and to have, like you said, Big Shot, just the whole conglomerate of like heel activity right there for less.
Yeah.
For nobody else, more so than we know than like for this dude list. My God. So it's fun to watch. If you, I'm gonna try to stay up and hang out a little bit and watch this little taste of it.
Man, them battles used to be classics. You getting 6. You getting
and it was
6.
like it was like a triple threat with them though. You know what I'm saying? Either way that team, whether it was San Antonio or Dallas, San Antonio or Phoenix, Dallas, Phoenix, you
getting 6. You getting 6. You getting 6 games out of it. You getting 6 quality good games. And then the winner of them, they're battle tested to go to the finals.
It was to go to the finals. Right.
Yeah.
It's like The Rock, Stone Cold, and Mankind in the ring together.
Right. Which almost happened. Shawn Michaels hated on it happening. Just for the historical fact that I can give you.
Now, go ahead, Charlie.
This is one thing that series, like I know we was talking about it briefly in the chat about it, just in general. That series is so like just fun to watch the matchups and where everything that's going on with that series. Like, I just from a talent standpoint, man, all of the talent that is on the court consistently when they rotate bodies, even some of the people coming off the bench.
Yeah,
it's just like
even then. Those matchups was like positionless.
Yeah.
You can't had established positions, but they didn't get down just in those positions. It's like Timmy gonna face you up, pull you out about 17 feet, face you up, do what he do. Dirk, same thing.
Dirk doing the same thing.
Good Lord, Stat 1-2, he at the bucket. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different. And you had for certain parts of that series, big guards like Q Rich. Joe Johnson, who could post you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of reverse the roles in that same way and position the hoops. And then it's fast. And if you're playing the Suns, they getting up and down the floor. So it's fast paced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we fast forward to where it's at now. You got like muscle in the joint. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like star power. It's like, hey, man. And it's probably all-time greats.
The Clippers played a lineup the other night. At one point in the game, it was Eric Gordon, Westbrook, Terrence Mann, Kawhi, and Zubac.
Yep.
Like the matchups in that series are really fascinating. And what I think is going to have to happen, and I want to get MJ, Coach Les in here for Phoenix. And I think when you got this type of star power on the floor, to me, it's going to be who can get somebody to do something uncomfortable. And the uncomfortable part is, and this might be a softball question. This is kind of a troll setup question because Coach Les I called on him. Homeboy's going to have to score the ball for Phoenix. And I ain't talking about Kevin Durant. I'm not talking about Devin Booker. The third man.
DeAndre Ayton the third man. So you wasn't talking about the fourth man.
You said it.
Let's put that out there. For real. Let's put that out there.
You said it. I did.
It's okay.
Go ahead. I'll let you expound on that point.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, Father Time is undefeated just like the internet and Floyd Mayweather. So with Phoenix, what you have to understand is less is more for this team. They have certain actions that they can run, and there's literally nothing you can do. Anytime DeAndre picks and short rolls at the top of the key, there is no answer for it. Because DeAndre will just shoot that floater and will go in every time. It's like a long layup. If you don't help out on him, you got KD or Devin Booker turning the corner after the screen. If you double and triple team all that, you got corner shooters. They need to just keep it basic and keep it simple because on the other end, with the Clippers, they got mercenary weapons. About 11 deep without Paul George. You look up, Eric Gordon run off 10. Norman Powell coming off the bench like a bullet going to the basket full speed. You got Bones Highland who can get hot. You have Zubac who is finishing everything around the rim. You got Plumlee who's going to defend and get some rim runs. I'm saying all these people, I haven't even mentioned Kawhi yet. I haven't even mentioned Russell Westbrook yet. I haven't even talked about them. They legit go 11 deep. I've never seen Kawhi have a team this deep since the 2014 Spurs. And that wasn't even his team.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a team since this deep since. And, Tyronn Lue, he just has an embarrassment of riches over there. So if you're Phoenix, you got to counter it by not trying to overthink this thing. You got 3 dudes who are literally, if you just put them in certain action, you're going to get a good shot every time. With Chris Paul, there is going to be times in which, you're going to have to be a catch-and-shoot guy. That's his role now. He's Jason Kidd at Dallas right now. Stand on the wing or the corner. Don't miss your 3. You're shooting 50% now, but that KD is there. Great. You're a catch-and-shoot guy from this moment forward. No knock on it. It's just father time. Devin Booker runs the screen and roll better than you because he's more of a weapon than you coming off. Everybody knows you want to pass it. Devin Booker, I don't know what he's going to do. KD coming off that screen, I don't know what he's going to do. And that unpredictability is what makes you unstoppable.
And let me add this to that real quick, MJ. Do you see how Durant came off a lot of those screen and rolls, how he came off a lot of action in general, being a willing passer, making the right basketball play? That just made they actually got back in the game with him being in that same spot. So it was just I don't know, man. That Phoenix team is fun to watch, man.
Yeah, don't even overcomplicate.
Fun to watch.
Y'all top heavy for a reason. Be top heavy.
Coach Les, let me ask you this, because this is what I saw the fourth quarter. You could talk about this as somebody who coaches, and you got to kind of make sure game flow is and how the plays are called in sequence. I thought Phoenix really went away unnecessarily from Durant the last 5 minutes. I think he might have got one shot the last 5 minutes. So
he hit it to tie it.
Right. So from a coaching standpoint, is it more, this is how I'm calling the plays, the sequence, I'm letting the players run it? Because I thought they went away from them a lot the last 5 minutes. I don't know if that was, I'm not going to say it was intentional because you're not trying to freeze out Kevin Durant. But how does that happen where you kind of go away from a star player? Is that just kind of how the game flows, or what can you do as a coach about that?
I just watching that fourth quarter, I just think that the coverages were a lot different in that last 5 minutes, and how the Clippers guarded. If you notice, they really was pushing them out towards half court in the ball screens. So they was trying to keep them out the middle of the floor because that's, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant were killing them off the ball screen, as MJ alluded to. So I just think they really they pushed up on them. So they were starting offense 30 feet away from the basket. And that's when you need your point guard to really take control of the game. Now everybody talks about I'm a point guard, you can bring the ball up, this. No, you need a point guard those last 5 minutes of the playoff games. That's when point guard play is very, it's imminent. As we noticed, we could watch a lot of these games. It's a lot of half-court execution is the determining factor in the close games, right? In the close games. So if you don't have that, I think that's when Chris Paul needs to, all right, I need to have this. I need to be facilitating. I need to be running the offense and getting people in position. Because I just think him not having the ball in his hand, because Chris Paul didn't have the ball in his hands a lot either. It was basically, and Kevin Durant was touching the ball. He had the ball in his hand, but he was making basketball plays. If he had an open shot, he was taking it. As y'all know, Kevin Durant, he too good and too smart of a basketball player to just force it, right? You know, he the last time we really seen him force stuff was Game 7 in 2016 when he was just trying to fire it up against the Warriors, you know, before he, you know, went on to the next 3 teams. So he's real meticulous in what he's doing right now. And so I just feel like that's when Chris Paul has to, in these close games, this is when the point guard is needed. Now we starting to see like, okay, what's what? You know, you're not gonna have just anybody bringing the ball up in these crucial moments now. You know, and I just think of the ball, you know, and I'm a firm believer in this. Put the ball in the people's hand that can make plays.
Right.
And just to piggyback real quick off of what Coach Les said, if you remember the last time KD beat Kawhi in the series, it was when he was with OKC against the Spurs. And what did Popovich do? He had KD coming off pin downs because he had KD on the move so that Kawhi could be trailing. Going against Kawhi straight up when he's healthy, it's just a tougher matchup than it has to be. I like the pick and roll as well, but just like Coach Les said, I would love to see Chris Paul, instead of running point guard and needing a pick and roll and try to dominate the ball in those last 5 minutes. How about you call for DeAndre Ayton to set a pin down for KD coming on the move and hitting him off that curl so he could shoot that midi or make that read to DeAndre at the short corner or even roll into the basket. So there's plenty of ways that you could be able to get this guy the ball in areas to make it simple. Just got to do it.
The lack of depth is what's, you know, they went out and got KD, but they mortgaged a lot. Yeah. If they could have kept one of them, Mikal or Cam, either one, they could. You know what? Mikal probably was gonna be the one. So if they would have been able to keep Bronny nephew, that would have been great because he would have gave him a little bit more oomph. And now you got Cam. You worried about? I just don't see. I mean, I want the Suns to win. I would love for the Suns to win. I mean, everybody knows Kevin Durant's my favorite player in the league right now. So, yeah, I want to see him advance. At the same time, you know, all these people saying a healthy KD, like, I'm sorry, but the guys around KD is what's going to make the Suns advance. The guys around LeBron is what's making the Lakers more successful.
Say that a little bit louder for the people.
Hold on, because we're about to get to you. Don't worry.
The guys around Ja is why the Grizzlies are second seed, but that's also why they're going to struggle because the guys that's not around Ja right now, it's a big difference. You know,
superstars sell tickets, role players win championships.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. This is not boxing. This is not tennis. This is not golf. You need a team and you need specialists to win championships. And a lot of you go around talking about, man, he did this, he did that, and Michael Jordan took no, Mike had help. Mike had proper help. They had a proper system. And they was able to win within that system. LeBron, when he went to Miami, he had the right tools and so forth and so on. Magic, all the greats that go on and win these championships that y'all so everybody hang their hat on. Nah, it was the team. It was the team. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Patrick McCaw has 3 NBA championships. And he's in the G League. So that's what I think about the championships. And most of y'all that talk about championships, they never won shit no way. So
now let me go to Trav, because Trav, I absolutely
don't know how to shoot, Les.
I don't want Trav to be left out because there's 2 people that I want to get Trav's unbiased opinion on these playoffs. We got Austin Reeves, number 1, and Austin Reeves, I really thought last year. I'm like, okay, this is like Jeremy Lin settings, right? This is gonna be a nice 3 to 4 weeks. and then this will be done. That's not happening. Austin Reeves is a real guy. So we're gonna start with Austin Reeves, and then I want Trav to talk about his absolute favorite, the dog, Mr. Michelob, James Orenthal Butler.
Let's start off with Austin Reeves. I like this Austin Reeves.
This man just fucking flipped OJ Simpson name.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Trey.
That's why I said let's start with Austin Reeves.
He's a killer.
I like this one. I like this one. This one at Oklahoma, disturbing, disgusting, disgruntled. Can't handle the ball, pressure situations, turn the ball over. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it in the Big 12 tournament. I didn't know this dude. I'm surprised he even got picked. The position that he plays right now for the Lakers is good for him. He handles the ball at a minimum. Your job is to shoot and play defense. That's your job. He does everything at a minimum at a high rate. The ball goes in the basket. He plays defense. I like this one. Now, going with your boy OJ Butler. He playing good ball, man. I'm not going to sit up here and hate on it. He's playing good basketball. He knows how to get fouled and knows how to finish at the basket. He has the ugliest stat line. It'd be 9 for 25, but he'd be at the free throw line 10 or 11 times. So that's how he gets his points. He's playing good ball, and they're winning. They're winning. Tito Jacksons, they're playing good right now. The Robins are playing good right now. They took advantage of Greek Freak getting hurt, and Nightwing took over.
The Four Horsemen?
No, Robins and Nightwing. You got 4 Robins and Nightwing.
I was talking about the 5 Heartbeat Four Horsemen.
Oh yeah, them. They did their job. They took care of business. They won the game they're supposed to win. Now they have to take care of home. Again, like I said, Giannis got hurt, and they just took advantage of it. You got to take advantage of it. Whatever's out there, you take it. You take it. Pause. But they won that one. And Jimmy Butler was the spirit. He the one that he made everything go. He made buckets when it was time to make buckets. Went to the free throw line, slowed the game down, made them play at half court. Their half court sets wasn't going, and it was going for Miami. But one thing Miami going to struggle with is Tyler Hero.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's going to be tough.
Easter Conference Austin Reeves.
He broke his wrist or something like that, right?
He's
ring finger. Yeah, broke his ring. Yeah.
What I like about Jimmy Butler is, and Jeremy appreciate this. I wish my man Mo Schefter and Vic were here because they all in the quarterback play.
Not wish Vic was here.
Yeah, I do, man. Shout out Vic. Is Jimmy manages the game as well as anybody in the NBA. Miami get on a run, a team go on a run on Miami. Jimmy take that ball, he goes to the rack, foul. He get the ball another time, pull up jumper. He rarely doesn't get the shot that he wants. Now he will, as Trash said, he'll miss. But very rarely does Jimmy Butler not get the shot that he wants. If he need to get a foul, he gets a foul. He need to get to the paint, he gets to the paint.
That's progression, because about 5 years ago, he was working way too hard.
He didn't still.
Hey, we ain't gonna get it twisted. We're not gonna get it twisted. He still work hard.
Yeah, he still really do.
He works hard, but if you look at his percentages, Jimmy over 50. He's not gonna. You can't make Jimmy take a shot he don't want to take. This is something Jerm talked about with Russell Westbrook the other night. When your shot is not falling, you still make the aggressive play. You make the aggressive play, you make the smart play. And that's what Jimmy does all the time. If Jimmy first 2 jumpers don't fall, he don't shoot them for about a quarter. And he go to the back, foul, 3-point play, and 1, foul.
See some go down. See some go to home. Yeah.
Don't mean to cut you off, but he's kind of reminiscent of a guy that wore that jersey that actually mentored him in Chicago.
Yeah.
He's very, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no
He's very reminiscent of that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And invited to his barbecue, but yeah.
It's less saucy, but yeah. Dwayne Wade was like that.
So just to kind of break down Jimmy Butler and break down, just kind of little parts of the game in the NBA that's not really, what's the word I want to use? It's not glorified, but guys who can be able to figure out ways to get you extra possessions and take advantage of those extra possessions are valuable. The one thing that Jimmy Butler has over most guys who are labeled stars is he was a role player for enough time to where he knew how to do the little things to always impact the game. So when they start giving him the ball, even when he's not the most efficient, he still can go back to doing those small things to be able to get you extra possessions. I'll know how to get this timely steal or force this timely miss and get this tough rebound in traffic. On offense, I'm not going to turn it over. I'm going to be able to get to the free throw line and I'm going to cash out. Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, those type of guys, fringe all-star players, they're not number one options for real, but those guys are valuable if you put them in the correct situation. All Trav has been trying to say, not to speak on his behalf, but all Trav has tried to say is it's not going to work if he's the number one option. That's all. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like they tried Pascal Siakam, giving him the keys when Kawhi left. It's just not going to work.
Nope.
It's not.
As the famous Sean Carter once said, he's all right, but he's not real.
He's not real.
He's good. Like, that's why I got to get on my soapbox on this. Sorry, this is why I was so mad when the Bulls decided to trade Derrick Rose. They did not give a Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler duo enough time.
They thought they had something in Jimmy Butler.
They thought he was the one. It's something about now. Jimmy Butler held it down when Derrick Rose was going through injuries and all that, but Jimmy got it, but he ain't got it. If you guys know what I mean, like,
yeah,
Derrick Rose is the one. He is the one. He was the one, right? He was the one in all senses of the word. He was the one. They tried to make Jimmy the one. That's a difference. Like it's like they say, it's in you, not on you.
Okay.
It's in you, not on you. And if they would have just had some patience, and if things would have worked out, I think it would have been a different. I think the 2000, 16. I think the seasons afterwards would have definitely been a lot different in Chicago. The trajectory of the Bulls, Jimmy Butler, there, I think it'd be a lot different.
Yeah. Bottom line is they got fooled by the motor.
Well, I'm not. Well, here's the thing. Did they get fooled by the motor? But what was the options besides that?
Big shot. You can put a 757 big block motor in a big block truck, but it ain't gonna go fast.
But here's the thing. We don't know if the Corvette was ever gonna get fixed again.
Exactly. And that's what happened. They took that motor out of that one, put it in the truck,
Right.
and they thought this truck was gonna go fast just like it, but
will
they
agree-
bailed out on it.
What I will agree with Les on this is that I think they should have gave it one more try and see what was going to happen if Jimmy Butler is going to be this near all-star player he was with the Bulls, and if Derek can regain, if the Corvette is ready, you probably should have rolled it out there one more time.
And you know who I blame for all of this?
What? Who you blame?
Kawhi Leonard. Because Kawhi went from role player to superstar, and now everybody think anybody could do it, and it's just not the case. Everybody can't do it. Kawhi is something different. Okay? He just happened to be on a team with 3 other Hall of Famers, and he just had to wait his turn. Kawhi was different. It's a difference between where you just wait your turn to be what's in you versus somebody making you into something that you're not.
Real shit.
The reason why I'm laughing is because but you give the name, you give this dude the name, and you call him Hemi Butler.
We're never gonna see the end of this.
I got another Sean Carter reference. And he said, Muff saying they made whole. Well, okay, make another. And I think the Bulls said we made Rose. They thought they could make another.
Bulls thought they made the
And
dynasty.
we sitting there in
How'd that work?
2023, depending on Pat Beverly to win a player in game.
Hey,
The greatest playing player of all time.
hey, but to the Bulls' credit, at least they consistent because they thought they made the Bulls dynasty in the 90s. So they made another with 6.
They're just. I think it also shows you there's only so many of those types. There's not that many. There's about 7 in the whole league. But I would tell you this, I would be really interested to see Jimmy. I mean, we know we know he's not gonna go. I would love to see Jimmy with Dame. I think if you put those two together, and as Les and Travis talked about it, Jimmy is your number, quote unquote, number 2. If Jimmy's the number 2 guy on your team, you got a chance to win. If he's number 2, you got a hell of a chance to win the whole thing.
Unless you're the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, but that's what they was handicapped with that.
They was a very soft rim away from possibly doing it then too.
Yeah, they got a bad bounce, and they got a dude who
Mentally wasn't able.
You know what? At that time, he was really on it though. At that time, he was like really with it. That's
he
when
was.
He tried. At least he was trying it.
I'll say
it was different.
And me and Ham, I'm gonna get Ham. I know Aaron from Ham. Ham and I talked about this after that game. Me and Ham talked about this over and over again. I don't care how tough Kyle Lowry is. I don't care how tough Kyle Lowry is.
I already know.
He's a foot shorter than you and 40 pounds lighter. I don't care how tough. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle just pushed this dude like completely just out of action.
Took him completely out of the game. And that's why when people go ahead, Ham, go ahead. That's why people would say, they say, oh, it's the back. No, it's not. This has been him forever.
Gotta go back. We go
That's
back
LSU,
to
Pam.
we go back to Baton Rouge because you know what I'm saying. One game in particular.
Go ahead.
Macchiatomy.
It was the one where they played Oklahoma. They played Buddy Hill. And it was for the taking for him to just, completely just take over that joint. Last 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever. He never got to it. And I forgot what even happened in the end, but it was a close end and Oklahoma ended up winning. And I remember us looking at it then like, something new. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what it is? Is this y'all number one pick? This what y'all saying is gonna go one? Okay. They don't even make the tournament. And then all the rest of it happened. And then you have the joint, I think, when they played Boston. I think this motherfucker had like 1 point. And I had to pull the Harry Doyle from Major League meme on him. One hit, one goddamn hit. What? 1 point? Yeah, playoff game, you 16, you running a point and you got 1 point? Are you serious? And they end up losing the 5 to the 7.
Right.
And I think that was Tatum's rookie year, the year that they lost to LeBron. So
now y'all might be saying the thing like, why are you talking about Ben Simmons? We talking about Ben Simmons.
I was actually about to just ask that question too. Like, how did we get to even on Ben Simmons and playoff activity?
We own that because Cleveland is beating the Knicks by 21 as we speak.
But they're proving that the Knicks ain't shit, Pete.
But the Knicks did handle business.
The
They
Knicks,
relax. They just think they
talk about
can take care of it.
if this holds the form, the Knicks and the Cavs will be tied. Boston, I'm just thankful that the series. I'm thankful that the first round is best of 7 in this respect. Big Shot got club level seats for the Boston Atlanta game on Sunday. That's game 4.
Is the fish ready?
If we were playing old school 1989, I might never get to my game 4 because it would be best 3 out of 5 and they'd be over.
Mm-hmm.
So I am thankful for that. So that's why we talking about Ben Simmons. But let's talk about the Knicks and Ham.
Shout out to the Army first of all. Since you bitches like 1989, they had to bitch the Army. Or as Wildfire Tommy Rich would say, the Army. The Army.
I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I don't like the concept as a coach when you steal a home game that you get blow out the next one. You're like, well, at least I got one. That still leaves a psychological imprint. That leaves a psychological imprint on the tape. Like, because it's like, well, we won, we kind of just barely squeaked it out. And now y'all whooping our ass.
But that's until they get back into their team meeting and he just straight roast everybody. He said that number. No, motherfucker, don't get caught.
Now, I will tell you this.
Sweet at the crib.
I'm 50-50 on it. I'm 50-50 on it. Now, nobody wants to go get blown out, but if we lose that game, I can accept it.
Yeah.
I can accept it. Now, nobody want to get their shit pushed back. Like, nobody want to go out like that. But
get beat.
We took care of business. We stole one. Now we stole one. Now we got the home court because now we go handle business in the Garden. We back in Cleveland 3-1. We in Cleveland up 3-1, and we in the driver's seat. So even if we lose game 5, we back at home and we putting it to them.
I don't think that blueprint applies for New York though. I think the teams are too even.
Now let me ask y'all this. We get Jern, I want to see Jern MJ back. I've been giving Trav. I messed with Trav about Austin Reeves, Jimmy Butler. Kind of messing with Les a little bit about his love-hate relationship with the point guard, Chris Paul. Who is a player, it could be today's NBA or recent memory, that you were like, even though I don't like dude, I was wrong about him. He's better than I give him credit for. Now you don't have to say I like him, but you're like, man, that guy, he's better than would I give him credit for? Who's anybody? It's like any player.
Glad I ain't get that question.
You know what? That is a good question to go in to thinking dudes. MJ and Jern.
I got it.
That's a perfect question.
No. You don't know who my guy is. I got two of them. I got Andre Miller, and I got JJ Barrera. Here's the reason why. Because I low-key during I used to be a hater like you fans. That's why now that I'm a recovering hater, that's why I call you guys out, because you can do better with your life. You can. Hating on these dudes is not going to get you anywhere in life. It's not going to make you a better human being. It's not going to get your bag better. It's not going to get you a better broad. Just let it go. Like, enjoy people winning and learn from it. So what I did was I sat there and I learned from Andre Miller. I learned from JJ Barrera, because JJ Barrera is 5'11", can't dunk, yet he gets wherever he wants on the floor. He does not miss shit. Andre Miller will kill you with the same hezzy dribble. He doesn't cross over. He just goes downhill. When you cut him off, he turns around and he shoots a turnaround on you every time. And there's nothing you can do about it. I've seen somebody get 52 points. I've seen Jason Kidd and Sean Marion get 52 points off Andre Miller doing the exact same move. And when I looked at it, I was just like, they can't be this good. It can't be this easy. It can't be. But the more I studied it, the more I started to realize that pace will always prevail, IQ will always prevail, and skill will always prevail if you give it an opportunity. The problem was I was not used to guys like that getting consistent opportunities to be able to showcase it. So fast forwarding now, you know who my favorite player is right now? Jalen Brunson. And he fits the exact same mold of what I just described.
Yep.
Same move, B cross, get into your body, get to my spot, play off 2 feet, finish. IQ, if you help, I'm going to find an open man. If you don't, I will dead pivot you until I get the shot that I want. I'm strong. I'm lefty, so I'm crafty. I can get the shot up when I want. And no matter what, even though I make this look really easy, according to the rules of the NBA, I shouldn't make this easy. Those are my best studies now. So shouts out to you, Jalen Brunson.
You
Take off you, True.
Mute.
I'm gonna give you my two, and ironically, they on the same team. Les, don't you say a damn word. CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'll be real with y'all. When I sat back and I really watched CJ play, man, CJ got everything you could possibly want from a guard perspective.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Brandon Ingram, I think he just sometimes work a little too hard on offense. But when you talk about the handle from year one to now, a lot tighter. Everything, his game has definitely elevated and improved. So it's just a player that I feel like sometimes he just does some things that I just be like, Brandon, that's a tough shot we didn't have to take right there. And that sometimes, I mean, tough shot taker, he's also a tough shot maker. You got to give him credit where it's due. You have to give these dudes credit. So I'm not gonna hate on the player, but I will tell you that's just one player for me that, you know, Les gonna always have something to say about that one. But again, Brandon Ingram, I'm giving him his credit though. The more you watch him, the more you see he improves his game, the more he pieces it together. I just think I think sometimes shot selection, when you're that uber talented that he is, but what is 6'9", I mean, a 7-foot wingspan, all those great things that he has going for him. I mean, the dude is he can hoop. It's inevitable.
In Jern.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. I don't mean. You normally wasn't gonna be. You're not normally not on. You say this, bring this up. Bronny has this, and it is very serendipitous
The boy when it took a word.
say this.
Oh
And
man.
seeing and what that is right now, and I'm going to say this, it is what you call poetic justice.
Oh man.
Look at my shirt.
Hard.
Look at my shirt.
Oh man. Oh
This
man.
shirt, this is divine order. And
Yeah.
speak on this show right now. I
You
cannot
can't skip
so,
this, folks.
Worldwide, the
concerned for
breakdowns.
years about Brandon Ingram. For him to now say this, it is
Man.
literally poetic justice, and I am wearing a poetic justice T-shirt.
The breakdown, the film breakdown worked. It broke. We stood up. We was up for 3 or 4 o'clock breaking it down.
The universal alignments is crazy right now.
This is divine order. This is serendipitous. I am. If you don't believe in the high power, you're watching this show. You need to after that.
Do you believe?
Do you believe?
Anything's possible.
But I'm sorry, but I that's just what it is.
Oh my god!
Trav, do you have Trav and Ham? Do you got a guy other than the
We
ones
already
I'm?
know Trav's guy.
Is it Jimmy?
Oh hell no!
Hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be
He's
good.
back
Go
in
ahead, Trav.
balance. You back in balance. Okay.
No, Jimmy. I don't dislike him. I just hate the fact that people try to put him on the pedestal, and he's not on that pedestal. He's not better than KD. He's not better than LeBron. He's not better than Greek Freak. He's not better than Carmelo, and he's not better than Kawhi. Them are basically your top 5 small forwards that's in the game.
Yeah.
He's potato salad.
He's none of them.
He's
He
potato
got
salad.
paid like he's one of them. So when people see that he got paid and
MJ, he more like deviled eggs, man.
this
Okay.
man, dude,
I like
again, he's Nightwing amongst Robins.
He's deviled eggs. No, it's like,
Yeah,
you know, while the
ain't
fish
it.
is getting ready, you'll eat a deviled egg to hold you up.
Yes,
Stay the
he's,
course.
he's not.
You
He's
ain't
not
coming here
it.
like, I
He's
need
not
these
it. And
deviled
people
eggs.
try to make him it, and he's
Man,
not.
these dudes, wow, man.
He's not, man. But
Yeah.
let me
Paprika.
come back. Go to Ham. I gotta find one like that. Cause ain't too many like that for me. I
Hey, I
either
gotta
like
be-
them or don't. So
I gotta be honest with y'all, man. Especially when I CJ in New Orleans, I like CJ in New Orleans way more than I like them in Portland.
CJ is one of the most underrated one-on-one players. Like CJ, if CJ gets somebody on an island,
He gonna boogie.
yeah,
Down,
yeah,
boogie, oogie, oogie.
one of them. Damn, you got a guy?
I can't think of one. I'm trying to think of if I can think of one from like past.
Hey,
Present. No, I can't.
Hammer say something like Jerry West or something like that.
no, I mean I just can't think. I can't think of one. It's either I don't like him or I like him. And most of the players I do like or I respect them. I
In
respect them.
fairness,
It's
to-
crap.
in
That's why I had
fairness,
to go in
though,
the
True,
past.
I am thinking like 1980s types. In fairness.
And see,
No, but
that's
why I had to
I
go
gotta
in the
think
past,
like
too, 'cause I'm not a hater no
that.
more.
I got it.
That's why. That's the type of mindset that you have because you're gonna looking at the game and you saying, okay, what's a guard that I can look at? Because you ain't gonna look at a forward. You're not gonna look at a big guy. You're gonna look at a guard that you're gonna say, who made the game fucking impossible?
You know what?
I have a guy.
Go ahead, Will Ryan.
I do have a guy, and it's not that I didn't like him or anything like that, but I feel like he was very underrated, and that's Rod Strickland.
Rod is special. I study him.
I feel like when we talk about point guards, we nobody's throwing Rod's name out there a lot. Nobody's
I got
throwing.
one to counter that. I like Rod, and I got one to counter that.
Yeah,
I was on
it's
that
like
tip.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it's like we don't talk about Rod enough, And all we doing right now in this era is watching Rod with a jumper. If you go and you look at, you put the steals and the highlights, and they do Rod Strickland, Kyrie Irving, like it is. Rod was doing this stuff in the 80s, 90s, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I'm gonna tell you people that love Mr. 23. He used to give 23 fits.
Oh yeah.
He used to give 23 a lot of fits. That's real talk. But we don't talk about, like, Rod Strickland's not talked about it. People now maybe appreciate Rod Strickland, maybe now, but I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be next up on that list, and then I'm gonna let you go. Because 10 years from now, Rajon Rondo is gonna be appreciated.
He's already getting them flowers like that.
Like that. So far, like, he started to get removed. We're gonna look up in 2033, and it's gonna be dudes 25. Man, Rajon Rondo was like that. Like, I put Rod Strickland and Rajon Rondo in that same vein, because like they probably gonna be Hall of Famers, but like the basketball heads in the hood love them.
Yeah.
And who was you gonna say?
When he mentioned Rod Strickland, I was thinking along the lines of like Terrell Brand.
Hey, that, you know what? That's definitely.
Mean, very mean.
But did you like? But here's the thing: did you like Terrell Brand? Did you not like him?
I wasn't sure initially. See, I was one of them that kind of watched the draft back then and was like, funny quick story, just kind of in the same sense. I'm on the phone with James Penn during the 1995 NBA draft. And I forgot who did the draft for Theo Ratliff. Finley. And he just out of the blue, who the hell is Theo Ratliff? That was my response, like, who the fuck is Terrell Brandon?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even as a kid, I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And you see him work, and it's like, yo, beast, you know?
Yeah, true.
Make a couple all-star teams and the whole deal, and it's like, okay. Then you knew you was Trill in the 90s, and Lamar Rashad features you on NBA Inside Stuff. And that's where he got when I seen one of them features. I'm like, okay, he official that. He got one on, he on Inside Stuff, so he's solid. But he
my guy, and I had to go way back on this. And me growing up watching basketball and watching this guy kill, just straight up kill. Didn't like him, but now you look at you like, I gotta admire his game. Ugly ass shot, but the shit just kept going in. That was Vinny Johnson.
Hey, go watch the Vinny Johnson in the last 2 minutes of the 1990 NBA Finals.
Vinny Johnson put Portland away.
Every shot he took was off balance.
Rainbow.
Catch was off balance. Rainbow. Old dude that like, throw me that thing, young blood.
Yeah.
No part of the rim was touched. I think he scored like 7 straight.
He sealed the deal, man. Vinny
Now,
Johnson.
to close off we're gonna close off in about 5-10 minutes here so we can watch the game amongst ourselves and cuss about y'all. We talked about we had an unconventional Final Four. We had a team in the Final Four that we've never seen before. It's early in the playoffs. I don't know how it's gonna. We don't know how it's gonna go. We see how it's playing. I will tell you this though. Them young boys in Northern California on the non-sexy side of Northern California, Sacramento. So I got my
California.
So I got my nephews, Cam, Mikal Bridges, John Collins, Pascal Siakam. I got a white nephew. My Lithuanian nephew, DeMontis. I love DeMontis. Yes, he grabbed Draymond's ankle. I get it. That was heel activity. Y'all acting it was heel activity. Him and De'Aaron, I tell you, you talk about the pick and roll. You want it run like it was run in the 90s. If you want it run like it was run with Stockton's, Loans, De'Aaron and Demontis, and De'Aaron hitting that mid-range, Demontis go to the bucket. They have made that. I don't think, as much as people say, well, I don't think there's a switch for Golden State to flip, to be honest.
They're in trouble.
I think they are in deep trouble. Not just because they down 0-2. I don't see anything that they can do to get back in. I don't see anything besides Steph going crazy that gets them back in series.
So, Sacramento, in the words of the great Thanos, before he snapped his fingers, should have aimed for the head. Do not let them tie this series up.
That is key.
Aim for the head. Chop their head off right now. Make them have to win 4 straight.
Yeah. I think
don't play with this.
Les talked about now, you getting a split. I will say this: Sacramento needs to get one of them 3.
Yes, sir.
Either 4, they need to get one of them.
They need one.
They need to go back to Sacramento 3-1 up at worst, or a sweep, because Golden State has been all year, and I don't think that's gonna fix itself. But we talked about the unconventional, the seeing new blood. De'Aaron and Demontis, man.
It ain't even De'Aaron and Demontis, because once again, the stars show up. It's Malik.
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk has had a.
I think this too. Another thing too that we gotta really highlight in this game. It's the timely bucket and shot making of Davion Mitchell. The timely shot making and playmaking of Harrison Barnes. Like they went on it when Golden State came back from that run. Harrison Barnes came back and hit 2 incredibly tough shots that pushed the lead back to 6. After Clay came off and in the words of Trav, Econo spray painted. Nothing but the bottom. I'm looking like, so they just gonna run this play. Y'all gonna keep letting them run the same play? Will somebody please do something? Will somebody please pinch this man when he comes off this something? And each time he threw the shot out the same way and was on the other end of the court before the basket went in. I was like, all right, y'all, come on, man. You can't let him do this. This game 6 Clay and game 2, you can't do that. So all I'm saying is I think that is the part of this that is the most interesting. We all know that role players and things like that don't always travel on the road the same way that they do at home. So if Sacramento can keep applying that same pressure with all of the things they were doing, and I'm going to talk about this too because it need to be said. Davion Mitchell probably playing some of the best defense we've seen been playing on Steph Curry in a while.
Making them work.
Not fouling. He's not, number one, he's keeping him off the free throw line. And number 2, he is bumping him, really giving him all of the pause, all body, and really wearing Steph down the entire way up that court where he picks him up full court. He's doing an excellent job. I got to give him some credit.
So he pretty much giving them the Freaknik treatment.
Hulu special. Hulu special. Do you mind?
He paused it already, so I can say it, so I'll pause again. No, all body. He said all body. Hey, make sure y'all aunties ain't know that. For real.
I'm gonna tell you this, Charlie. Do not pull a Digger Phelps.
I don't want to do that.
Don't do that. I respect the young boy, but this is Steph Curry.
I'm not saying he's stopping him. I'm saying he's doing a good job.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I
I ain't saying
understand
I
what you're
never
saying.
did the little B curse.
Do not have on a purple handkerchief and a purple marker.
I don't want that. I don't even like purple.
Do not do that.
In my high school, it was purple, man. I ain't got no choice.
That is Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
Well,
Hey, and you know what's funny? And again, like I said, it's just giving
That's Taco
respect where it's
Bell
due. Man, I don't care about that purple, man. But it's just the fact that you just want to give credit to those players because obviously they're not up 2-0 without those two players.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
I'm gonna. Okay, it's a few things about this. They took care of business at home. I'm not like they took care of business at home. And they are capitalizing on the mistakes, but they've still been close games.
mm-hmm.
You know, they've still been close games. And I don't mean to sound like this, but I'm gonna sound like this. We remember we talked in the preview show, and I said the Kings were gonna be.
You said it from the beginning, man, and it started off with Mike Brown.
You know, a lot of people gonna say, "Hey, these guys are young, but they never been in the playoffs." And that's fine. They got continuity. They got a coach that's been in a lot of games. They have a coach that's been a part of a lot of championships. They have a coach that has literally coached greats. Kobe, LeBron, Steph, Tim Duncan. Like Mike Brown, they may have not been there, but he's been. And if anybody's gonna make great defensive adjustments, it's gonna be Mike Brown. And if you notice this year, Golden State Warriors probably haven't been that connected.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Because the defensive coordinator.
No, they've been connected. They just connected
across
to
the
wrong
way.
thing. Draymond connected to George's jaw.
Yeah, that's that's why I'm skeptical. As skeptical as you can be about defending champ.
I can't stand this man.
Yeah,
This man here.
I think you got the fun, the injury, age. You know, father
Connected to Ice Spice Cash App.
And on
I'm
that,
gonna say this: De'Aaron Fox be connected on these jumpers every time he come off that pick and roll.
and on that note, we're gonna get out of here, watch some games, and kick. Remember, 94 Feet of Life, 94 Feet of Life page. Subscribe, join. MJ, Les, Ham, Trav, and The Undertaker, aka Brock Lesnar, aka John at WrestleMania. Hey man, John, good to see you, brother. Basketball for the people.